Start it up.
Immediately starts with a mechanical keyboard.
That's fine.
I'm not typing.
You typed at least
I'm
three
not
characters.
typing. That wasn't me. No, I haven't touched my keyboard.
Then mute that just in
Yeah,
case.
no, that's literally not me.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 43. Annunciation, apparently, is the theme of this episode. Hi.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. That's
Sounds like everybody's just tired.
just a thing, and then I went with it. Hey, everybody, how's it going? So it is Ralph, me, and DA for this episode. BG is doing something. I don't know what that is. He's doing something. Apparently, he tried to go to the club yesterday. The strip club, and some of his friends told their mother that they were going to a strip club.
Hold on. Let's pause this before. How old are his friends, DA?
I've never met any of them. I met like two. Shotokan.
Shut Okan, get it right. But well, I think there's a biological age and then a mental age. Mental age ain't high up there if that's what you're gonna do.
Hey, Ma, we going to a strip joint. What? What do you mean I
Save them
can't
singles.
Yeah. Mom, do you have singles? We'll pay you back, I swear.
Go? Oh my god.
What do you need them for?
The hoes ain't gonna pay
Strip
themselves.
Was that the truth that you
Ice
made
cream
sound like
truck.
a lie?
Ma, don't
No,
you know?
Mom, it's okay. It's a male strip club. Is that better? Oh God, you're gay. All right.
Yeah, I'm done. Oh god.
So yeah, I mean, I am not one to go to a strip club. I feel like I've stated it multiple times. It's just like,
I have.
why would
no
I go to
interest.
look at naked women? Pay to look at naked women for one. I can do that. I have a computer. It's right there.
There's a song about the fact that the internet is for porn. So I mean, hey, let's fucking focus on that, right?
There you go.
I went once with an ex who had turned lesbian because of me.
Oh.
There was a lot of things to unpack in that sentence.
It was like just a layer of digestion. It's like, I went to one once. Oh, okay. With my ex. Interesting. That turned lesbian. Okay, because of me. Just like step by step. It's just like,
That deserves a slow clap.
Is that a story you wish to share?
He shared it already. He's told that one.
I'll tell an abridged version of it.
My dick is that bad. No.
Hurtful.
Wow.
The first day of class that I had of Aikido, I showed up late, and so did this one other girl. You're in Aikido, you're supposed to pair it off. It's a martial arts, so you're supposed to be paired off with somebody of equal height and weight and stature and all that stuff. But since everybody had already paired off, the instructors are like, okay, you two, whatever, and tomorrow pick someone of equal heights. And I don't know what happened. We were just like, hey, you're pretty cool. Like, yeah, whatever. We started going out. One day,
I'll throw you around somewhere else.
one day, you know how girls are. They're like, oh, I'm fat. She was like 110, maybe 5'6", or whatever. So how about after class we go to the gym, because she lives far away and she had to wait for her mom to come and pick her up. So she was waiting around for an hour, and I had to go from class immediately to work, and that was about an hour gap. And I was like, I got nothing to do after class, we could just go to the gym. So she does, we do. That's fun. One day she's like, "Hey, can I bring my friend?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care." So it's this really, I don't know if it's politically correct to say, but a very butch girl.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
you know, she
a
is what
very
she is.
masculine-looking girl. I guess.
Yeah. And you know, she comes to Aikido class. She's watching us, whatever. I just see her staring daggers at me. I'm like, I think I know what's going on here. So, my ex's name was Judo. I'll say Judo instead of Judo. So Judo's like, okay, I'm gonna go get changed for Jim. You guys stay here, you know, chat it up, because you know she was her longtime friend and I'm boyfriend. And she's like, okay, you guys chat it up. So the friend is just staring daggers at me. I was like, so how long have you liked her?
Oh
And
God.
she's like, what do you mean? I was like, don't even try. I was like, first, how long have you known her? She was like, since we were 11. How long have you liked her? Since I was 12. I'm like, oh, for that long. So,
Always.
like, so I was just like, okay, so have you ever told her anything? She was like, no, I just, you know, sit silently on the sidelines. I'm not too brave to do that, you know. I don't want to ruin the friendship. I'm like, yeah, I got it. So we go to the gym, whatever. And after the gym, you know, post gym workout, and the Judo goes, okay, I'm gonna go grab some food for everybody. And she goes off, so like, and I turn to the friend, I'm like, okay, you're gonna tell her today. And she's like, I was like, I'm not gonna be in the middle of this, you know. I don't want to be the cause of any sort of agony because I see that you clearly do not like me just because I'm with her. So we're gonna work this out. And she goes, no, we're not. I do not want to ruin this friendship. She's my best friend, blah blah blah. I'm like, so you're just gonna be unhappy then forever? And she's like, if it comes to that, sure.
Yeesh.
I'm like, man,
What type of slice of life manga are we?
It was breaking my heart. So she comes back with some salad.
I feel like I've read this somewhere.
Yeah, is this a Nisekoi storyline? I'm like, what?
It was brutal. It was breaking my heart. I'm like, I can't stand violence. So she comes back with the food. I'm like, okay, hey Judo, we're breaking up. She goes, what? You're like, yep, it's just not working out. At that time, we had been going out for like 5 months or so. And I was just like, yep, not working out. Sorry. And then the friend was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, hey, rebound. You know, now's your chance. And Judo turns to the friend like, what is she talking about? I was like, yeah, now's the time. Friend's like, what is it? I'm like, you're going to tell her or I'm going to tell her? And she's like, tell me what? What's going on? And I went, okay, here's what's going on. And the friend stopped me and she sort of explained what was going on. And she was like, so I like you. I was like, oh. And she was like, I don't know how to feel about this. And I was like, how about this? You guys go out once, not as friends, but try to go out as, you know, trying to get together, see how it works out. If it doesn't work out, fine, one time thing, whatever. And, you know, I'll take you back, I guess, you know. And if it does work out, you guys go off into the sunset. Now, this is breaking my heart because I was really into her. But, yeah, so, you know, they went out. Judo came back to me like, yeah, sorry, King. I'm like, yep, I figured.
The vag calls to me. Yeah, me too.
I know the feels.
Oh.
So yeah, they are currently married.
Oh, damn. Wow. Fucking Cupid. Jesus Christ.
With DA with the sacrificial play there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, they invited me to be the quote best man of honor, but it was a best man and maid of honor mushed together. It was in a state that allowed gay marriage back then, which was about I think like 2 or 3 years ago. So I don't know what state it was exactly, but it was far away. And they're like, we're going to pay your airfare. We're going to pay your hotel. It's whatever. You know, you come out here, you have fun. I'm like, I cannot allow you to pay some $1,000 to bring me out there and they Skype me into the wedding. That was a thing.
Yeah.
That's legitimately some manga type shit right there.
And somewhere in that between the marriage thing, they were like, "Hey, strip club." I'm like, "Ugh." Like, no, kid, you're coming along. You like women, right? I'm like, sure. But yeah, that's strip club, super awkward.
Could imagine. This is what a life you lead, my friend.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the understatement of the fucking millennium, I feel.
Like,
I mean,
you have all these things.
Talk about the road less traveled. You're kicking the shit out of that path, friend. You're stomping along the road, making.
You
footprints.
have a detailed chart with longitude, latitude. Someone's walking that path. Oh, I see you're lost here. If you want to avoid this situation, you go up this way, take a left, go around the tree, take 5 paces.
Follow this adventure book I made that'll give you the exact fucking pathing to take
it's
to
called
avoid
life
this
experiences.
nonsense.
It's called
Don't
life
want
experiences.
a room with a fucking an Asian that makes you call her own HM when she's like 6 years younger than you. You don't room with a bunch of foreigners.
I did not have a bad experience because of Oner-chan. She was a very nice young lady.
Who almost got stolen. Jesus.
I don't know who you are, but I will find you, and I will get my Oner-chan back.
The road is
What?
a rut because of DA. Thank you, Versus.
So
yeah, that's won't let that happen again. Next time it's too bad for you.
Mike drops
Grow some
casually.
balls next time, woman.
They're in there somewhere. Drop them.
Oh man. So speaking of just like random life shit, so I found some gray hairs on me today.
God, welcome to old age.
It's like right on like the side temples, so it's like the Mr. Fantastic, Tony Stark like area. And
you've got gray hairs before you can grow a beard.
Oh, so and that was my whole thing. I figure like, so I have gray hair, can't grow a full beard. Somewhere in my makeup, genetics failed. It just failed.
That's a solid understatement.
So
it's like, you know what? He's going from child to fucking old man status. We're
skipping everything in the middle.
Yeah, we're skipping a few steps here, just like his immune system.
Bets. I feel like I need to start collecting bets on if I will. By the time I do get a beard,
you'll have liver spots.
It will have. Will it be brown or not at all?
Oh man.
Or will it just be completely grayed and who knows?
Open your closet, it's just boxes and boxes of just for men. Don't look, guys. Don't look at my shame.
I mean, my mom got gray hair when she was younger, so
I
just got straight up genetics.
A gray hair in my beard several times. I'm just like, no, it's just stress. It's just stress.
I have no idea on my mom's side because my mom has dyed her hair since she was like 18. But my dad, we never saw gray hair on him until he was close to 50. So
I'm just worried about baldness. I'll go gray as long as
my
hair.
My dad was bald as fuck, but I am okay. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
My dad was completely bald by my age already.
I dodged a bullet on my mom's side with that. Just about every male on my mom's side of the family has male pattern baldness.
God damn.
I never met my grandfather on my dad's side, and I do not remember my dad.
Yeah, it looks like you're all right. But Mike, Versus has a bet. Apparently, you will have arthritis before a beard.
I saw.
I want it stated in the video.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was just like washing my hands in the sink at work today in the bathroom, and just kind of look up, and then I just like tilt my head slightly, and I saw like a whiteness. I was like, leaned in closer, and there was like 2 or 3 of them, like on the right side of my head. And I feel like I've had like an eyebrow I've seen. That's great, but this is like,
hey everybody, and welcome to the podcast of stuff.
Episode 50.
time for my 58 meds.
This week we're talking about old man ticket prices at the movie theater. It's not cheap enough for me yet.
Mike, no one can relate to that.
What?
Oh no. Oh no, he did that too well.
All right. So another thing I want to talk about, DA mentioned it before, but I'm not sure if Syracuse got this, but I know Detroit did, and I know here did. It was fucking windy today.
A
Yeah,
nightmare.
same.
I was
But,
into
I
my
mean,
car for lunch.
Fuck the wind. Fuck the wind. It was -4 here 2 days ago. I don't want to hear your wind bullshit. It was below fucking 0 here.
I'm not talking temperature.
Fuck
Temperature.
the wind.
Temperature is irrelevant in this discussion.
Like it was like the day after tomorrow levels of fucking cold that fucking on Sunday. So off.
That's great.
Wind. Put some fucking meat on your bones. The wind won't affect you. You won't blow away like a kite.
It was blowing my fucking car.
I was walking up here just today,
Buy a
and 3
non-paper mache
trees were
car.
just knocked right over. It has nothing to do with that. It was big trees.
I was like in my car for lunch today and just shaking. I'm like, this is okay. This is a thing. But I mentioned the wind because BG shared a story by you, DA,
Oh, did he?
that I want you to
Really?
share.
Did he really?
That I want you to share on here because it's fucking hilarious.
Oh no, that one.
Okay, so I'm just walking down the street, walking to my job. I see a lady and her dog, little tiny dog, not a big dog. Dog's peeing, whatever. Little dog peeing. Huge gust of wind happens. Dog tips over, just pees straight on the woman. I'm like, what? She's on her phone. She looks down because it hits her like square, like right under where her phone was. She looks down, looks at the dog, looks at me, starts laughing. I start laughing. She's like 10 feet from me. I'm walking up. I'm like, you laughed. That gave me permission to laugh. Like, it's funny. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, if she's laughing, then that's completely okay. That's
But
just...
Fuck that. It's funny. You laugh.
I was like, wow, that's some me, man. I am sorry for being around you. This is my fault, ma'am.
It's like, you just kind of have to look down and you're like, well, it's one of those days, huh? Okay. All right.
You're just gonna be Crow for the day.
Some days, you maybe find a $20 bill on the ground, and some days a dog pees on you. Just
Some peas on your chest. Not even like on your leg. She's got a story at least.
Oh yeah, for sure. Holy crap. Oh.
Yeah, that totally happened. I'm like, whoa.
So did the wind, like, I saw another picture that BG posted. Did they, like, blow down your fence?
Yep,
Yeah.
the fence is gone. 2 windows in this house.
Jesus.
The wind was bad.
I mean, it's died down now. It's been nothing but rain for the past couple days.
Yeah, it's been overcast here. It's
Yeah.
been raining on and off, but mostly it's just been like the most of the problem here right now is just temperature. It'll go up to like almost 65, almost 70, and then plummet back into the fucking negatives in like a span of a day.
I hate
awful.
that. One or the other. One or the other.
It's been I mean, I'm not sure about Syracuse, but at least for here, it has been an extremely tame winter this year.
Yeah, same here. And it's really weird because everybody who has lived here their whole lives that I work with, they're like, I don't understand why this is happening. I'm like, global warming. Oh, it's almost like we're talking about this. Oh.
'Cause yeah, what it was last week, the weekend prior, it was like in the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
and then it dipped down and snowed like 2 days later.
Oh yeah, we
It
had
came
we
back
had
up.
a full 2 inches on the ground.
We had like a flash snow that happened. Was it this week? No, it was late last weekend. Oh, it was Friday because I was concerned that I didn't want my Switch out in the cold. But yeah, I was just like, it was like lightly snowing throughout the day, nothing like accumulation. And as I'm like driving towards my exit, I just see this like black clouds. I'm like, what the fuck is like? It's too cold for a thunderstorm. And then it was just like for 20 minutes, white out snow. I'm like getting gas and just like looking around, like I can't see anything across the street. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And then sun was out after the 20 minutes. And it was still like some snow was still falling just because it was like residuals from the clouds. But I was just like, this is what the fuck?
It snowed like that when we went to go see Logan, and I'm like, why is this happening? Because the day before it was 60, maybe 70, and then this.
Yeah, global warming. I think that's answer.
It's fine. Spray them aerosol.
Yeah,
It's fine. Don't worry.
So I guess to transition from that.
Oh, really quick
destroy
before
the
I
EPA,
forget.
whatever.
Go ahead.
It really sucks that BG isn't here because he is all caught up with My Hero Academia,
Ah.
and he told me that, and we have not discussed it. I have not asked. He has not given me the information. He was just like, I'm all caught up in My Hero, and and that's all the conversation was. I don't know how he feels about it or anything. So I was actually looking forward to this. He was like, "Oh, got it, work."
Okay.
He's gonna come back. We're gonna talk about it. He's gonna just say he hates it. It's one of
It
the worst written
sucks.
stories ever.
It's like, all right, that's the end of BG. Blam.
So I guess I gotta talk about it now since I already mentioned it. So I got my Switch, and I got my Zelda. I'll talk about Zelda first. This game, for me, I'm heavily leaning towards it being my favorite game of all time. Which for me is saying something because Ocarina of Time, which is currently my favorite, has a lot of sentimental value to me. That kind of pushes it above other games. For example, I think of Zelda games, I think Majora's Mask is a better game than Ocarina of Time, but Ocarina of Time is my favorite for sentimental reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I am 20-ish hours into Breath of the Wild. Done one story thing. I've uncovered the map. I am hunting down the shrines. I'm just exploring, doing side quests.
You're doing the Game Grumps way.
All of this, it just so many different things.
That's literally what Aaron and Danny are doing.
It's what everyone is doing. It's not, besides speedrunners. And just, I haven't felt a sense of like wonder and exploration in a game in a very long time before
Skyrim.
This game.
Skyrim was the last.
I can't even say Skyrim for me. Just
Seriously?
because a lot of the dungeons were samey to me.
See, I barely went into like dungeons. Like there were only a few, and they were story mode. So of course they were
the caves and like all those different things.
I mean, how can you I mean, that's not true. At least maybe in the vanilla game, but the DLCs.
Okay,
fuck ton.
But I mean, I'm going off the game at launch purchase.
Okay, fair.
But I just keep finding new things and stuff like, just like these different like treasure coves, like the different areas, seeing all the different climates, having to find items to get through those climates. Like you go to the mountainous area, like the volcanic area. If you don't have heat-resistant armor, you just burst into flames.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck, 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 and you have to get out of there because...
Or an opposite, you go to the ice mountains and you just slowly succumb to,
freezing.
Yeah.
That one's a little... You can avoid that a little better because, like, you can light a torch, and if you don't have the correct
You can light
clothing...
a torch, you can eat food that gives you ice resistance.
Yeah.
But
You can't...
still,
Yeah, you can't really... Besides, like, there's elixir...
you fall in a lake, you're dead.
If you find, like, elixirs for the heat area, that can stave off the heat until you find armor. But... you're on fire. You're losing health way quicker than the
Yeah.
cold. And then in like the desert, if you don't have like you need warm clothes, if you don't have lighter clothing in the desert, it's a slow burn for heat in the desert. But like, and then like they have a dynamic weather system in the game, and there's thunderstorms. And if you're wearing anything metallic during said thunderstorms, it's not a matter of maybe you will get struck by lightning and die.
Nice. I like that.
And I think I've been killed more times by nature in that sense than just about anything else in the game so far.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll warp to a place and then like it'll be kind of far away from a shelter and I'll see thunderstorms. I'm like, shit, and you like the game fucking like just teases you. So like as you're running, you'll see like a little like. And then the lightning will strike you. So it's just like, no, god damn it! just destroy it. So, and then like for the sense of wonderment, like besides the trailers, I didn't really read anything on the game because I wanted to experience it.
You purist.
As I was going. So I'm, exploring at one point and climbing up this mountain because I'm going to a shrine, or trying to find a shrine, and all of a sudden the weather goes from like cloudy or something to just straight thunderstorms. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like I can't climb stuff because it's raining and walls are wet, you slip.
Walls are wet.
So I'm just like trying to hide underneath like a tree, and then the music changes. I'm like, what? Okay, this is an interesting music. And I look to my right, and there is this Shenron-looking motherfucking dragon just flying right next to me with electricity around it. I'm just like, okay, that's what was causing the electricity or the thunderstorms. It was just like, what? It's just like this.
It's just hi, Shenron.
And I've seen two of these dragons. There's an electric one and a fire one. My assumption is there's a water one.
More than likely.
Or an ice one. I haven't found it yet, though. But I was just, again, there was a thing I saw. I'm like, whoa! And then the enemies, all of them very unique, all of them very refreshing. Some of the combat, in all honesty, is Dark Souls-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Not nearly as challenging as a Dark Souls game, but more challenging than a typical Zelda game.
I mean, everybody I see playing the game likes to, either slide on a mountainside down towards enemies, jump, and then downward slash, or use the paraglider to fall down and head smash something. People are playing this game like it's fucking Dark Souls.
And there are some enemies that are like, there's
Lynels. There's fucking Rock Titan.
Oh yeah, there's Rock Titans. Giant sandworms. The enemy that is giving me the Guardians themselves are.
I mean, the Guardians are bullshit. Let's put that out there. Everyone I see, it's like, oh, cool. I can probably kick one of these things. Okay, I guess not.
You need the equipment.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah, fuck me, right? I'm not doing this.
I was in Guardian territory trying to find like this memory spot where Link recalls his memories, and my horse killed me twice. Because, like, I ran kind of into some rocks, and it, like, stopped and reared back. I'm like, no! Just,
have you figured out how to get the skeleton horse yet? That is the coolest thing I've seen.
I did get him. You can't keep him, though.
Aww.
I was sad. I went to go board him, and the guy's like, whoa, that's a fucking monster. He'll eat all of your other horses. I'm like, oh, man.
That means there has to be something that'll allow you to keep him. Something to find, probably.
I don't think so. I think it's...
No, because I mean, that's not possible. They wouldn't fuck with you like that.
No, I can see that. It's a monster.
Nah.
But what are some of the other things that I've done? Well, for the enemies, there's these things called Lynels, which are essentially centaurs. So I was like, walking through an area and I see one in the distance. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna shoot arrow at it. Hits him. He turns around, sees him, like, yeah, how'd you like that? Wait, he's glowing. And then 3 ice arrows come at me. I'm like, oh shit! And like I freeze. Then I see him take out a giant sword and shield, and he just starts galloping at me. I'm like, oh god, no, this is not good. I'm not ready for this. I had to run. I had to book it. And then when I finally...
I am so not ready for this. It's not even funny.
When I finally had the equipment, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to fight one. It took me like 20 minutes to take one down. It was fucking tough. Like, it breathes fire. It has this one move where it puts away weapons. It leans forward with his hands on the ground, and 6 foot arm crawls at you really fast. And it was really kind of disturbing the first time I saw it. But yeah, so far I've done 1 dungeon, official dungeon in the game. And then did some recalled memories, but I've mostly been just trying to do stuff and just figuring out.
Have you met up with Zelda yet?
No, not yet. She's in the castle, so.
Oh.
She's endgame.
Oh, okay. No, she's not endgame.
Most of the stuff that you saw in the trailers were Link's memories from 100 years prior.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting marketing. Okay. I'm down with it.
And
That makes a little bit more sense now. Okay.
So, what else? I found and I have the Master Sword now.
Hey. Is that also have a durability option, or is it immortal?
Yes and yes.
The fuck kind of answer is that?
So, if you use it on non-calamity enemies, so nothing anything that wasn't spawned from Ganon himself, it will slowly wear down to the point where it's essentially what it looks like in the trailer, like a rusted piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then it will slowly heal itself over time.
Oh.
So yeah, you can use it, but then it'll be a piece of shit. And in all honesty, for non-Ganon enemies, it's not the strongest sword.
I'm sure.
So that is... So I haven't really used it actually at all. You have to increase your health by a substantial amount to get it. Because in order to pull it out, it's you go up and go to where it is in the Lost Woods. You start pulling it out, and then it just starts you start at full health, then it starts draining your health, and it can kill you if you don't have enough health to pull it out. Yeah, just the sense of exploration, horizontally and vertically, just being able to climb shit. I think.
Yeah, I've really liked seeing that, and what I've been watching is that pretty much anything is climbable.
Everything that is not made of shrine or divine beast material, I guess that's the best way to put it.
Anything that isn't made by Sheikah.
Yes. Well, you can climb the towers, but that's a separate thing.
But those are they have material that looks like you can grasp onto it and climb.
Yeah.
That's a lot different from a lot of the Sheikah tech that you see laying around. You're like, oh, I can climb that. No, wait, it's smooth fucking metal. You cannot.
But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it. All of my fucking amiibo collecting so far too is proving dividends. Just because once a day you can use the amiibos in the game, and it gives you a bunch of items and shit, like supplies and what have you. Some of them actually give you outfits, like outfits from old iterations of Link. And Epona. That's the only way to get Epona.
Fucking Christ. I hate you, Nintendo. I genuinely hate you. You micromanaging god.
But so yeah, I could keep talking about this game forever, but
yes, I know you can.
So I will switch That did not mean
The fact that you aren't streaming yourself playing this game makes me sad.
I want to enjoy the game. I don't want to have to entertain. I just want
stream yourself playing the
I
game.
just want to play. I don't want to have to talk to people. I just want to sit in my room, most likely in my underwear, and just play this game. It's my me time. But I want to actually talk about the Switch itself now.
Okay, now that you're done with that.
Oh,
you remember last week I said I'm not gonna say a word while you talk about Zelda. Accomplished. Now, before you go on, I would say
yeah.
this. I have unfollowed so far 5 people on Twitter because of Zelda stuff. Constant Zelda stuff. And I do not regret it.
It's
because screw them.
The tied for second and highest rated game of all time now.
Hey, who cares?
A lot of fucking people like it.
Hey, who cares?
Me.
Not this guy. Not this guy.
Which a lot of people on Metacritic, it's getting the it with anything that's popular on the internet, it's getting the people that are just bombing user reviews just for the sake of this thing is popular and it doesn't deserve it. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, paid reviews and yada whatever. The only game that's beating it right now as far as collective reviews is another Zelda game. And that'd be Ocarina of Time. But the Switch. So I have tried the Switch in all forms of controller configurations. I as well got a Pro controller. Also accidentally ordered a second one. Which, in all honesty, yeah, boo-hoo for me. I paid an extra $70 or whatever it was. But I figure whenever Mario Kart or the new Smash comes out, I got another controller for multiplayer. But Mario Kart's coming out relatively soon. So, controllers like tandem in each hand. I only did that for a little bit. They are, if you have any semblance of bigger hands, they are tiny as shit.
I've seen.
It's not super comfortable having it just the 2 little Joy-Cons in your hands in tandem. Granted, I haven't gotten 1-2 Switch, so I don't know about the motion controls and what have you. Haven't tested those out yet. In the controller thing, that as well is tiny, but not bad. I will say, the episode I think is actually out. So obviously I was just nonstop playing this game all weekend. And when Sunday came around, I remembered that I had run out of episodes of Let's Brew and had to record things immediately for Monday. Switching from the Joy-Con controller configuration to a PS4 controller, that thing felt fucking enormous in my hands. Which, like, I don't consider PlayStation controllers to be big. So it's just like,
they're not small either.
Like, of like the controllers that I've used, like I would put Xbox controllers bigger than PS4.
Oh yeah, no, the Xbox controllers are cumbersome as fuck.
And so that was just like whoa, like I can feel this. But all in all, it wasn't too uncomfortable, the controller version. In the Switch unit itself, the transition from TV to taking out of the dock, seamless. Love it. I was hoping, like, I mean, they showed it in the commercial, but I remember I saw an analyzing of the commercial when it first came out, and there was some editing for it, so I didn't know if that was going to be the case or not. For it's like you take it out of the dock, and it's like, would you like to switch to mobile mode? And I would have been like, ugh. And, but yeah, it's super instant with switching between the mobile mode. And in mobile mode, I have had no problems. It feels pretty comfortable to me. A lot of people have like said like, oh, it's kind of heavy. I'm not sure who's like holding it in a fashion where it's like you're holding your arms out straight and you're actually holding the weight and not like putting your elbows on something in order to hold the weight. That's just me, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But it's not that heavy to me. Picture looks fine. Like, I know people are like, oh, 720, but on that small of a screen, 720 looks pretty damn good. And I haven't dealt with any of the flimsiness. I haven't gotten any of the hardware failures that have been happening.
Oh, and those are enormous everywhere right now. People are complaining about that a lot.
I've seen the complaints, but I haven't seen a lot of them. To me, it's no different than a lot of the other launches that have happened recently. You're a day one purchaser, you take the gamble, and I have taken that gamble a lot, of having hardware issues. I so far have luckily not had any. Knock on wood. And then for the Pro Controller, I really like the Pro Controller. It feels very comfortable in the hands. As far as, like, the buttons all are big, all feel fine, easy to get to. Analog sticks feel good. I know for someone like BG for fighters, the D-pad is not like soft plastic; it's hard plastic. It's pretty, like, I mean, it does have a solid click to it, but, like, I know he prefers the PS2 D-pad a lot, and that had, like, the felty tips to it.
I mean, no matter what, if it's a shooter or a fighter, you kind of want a little bit more padding on the thumbsticks because you really are, paying attention to that.
Not the thumbsticks. I'm talking straight D-pad.
Oh, D-pad.
Yeah, BG is a
that's true.
for fighting games.
I mean, same thing.
The analog sticks.
Anything that requires movement, you kind of want to make sure it's softer and more responsive.
The analog sticks are fine. They're wonderful. And then, like, they actually, like, hid little stupid Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, Easter eggs in the controller itself, so it's, like, kind of see-through. And then if you tilt the right stick forward and you look, like, near the edge of, or backwards, I guess, down, at the right angle, it says, like, in leak speak, like, I guess on the circuit board or something, it's like, thanks to all gamers. Like, a little message for the gamers in the controller itself, which I found pretty cool. The fact that this thing is portable is just continuously wowing me. The fact that I posted about it on Facebook, the fact that I took a poop while playing Zelda, fucking awesome.
That was literally my response. I facepalmed and went, "Yeah, Mike, I wonder what this means." And then BG's like, "You took a shit," and I'm like, "Thanks for being blunt. Thank you, BG. Appreciate it."
The fact that I've been able to play Zelda during my lunch breaks at work, amazing. And the fact that I'm going to be able to play Zelda on my 2-hour flight tomorrow to visit my dad, again, awesome. Just, I don't know. I find it's, how to put this into words? This is going to be a thing that Sony and Xbox, I think, are going to emulate at some point.
No, it's not.
How so?
People said that for what the Wii U was trying to do for a few of its systems. It didn't carry over. It's not going to happen. This is going to be Nintendo's gimmick for this generation, and it's not going to last.
Sales points otherwise, my friend.
We'll see.
This is their most successful launch of any console ever. Better than the Wii.
We will see.
I think, to me, a lot of people are praising the portability. The fact that I can play a main console Zelda anywhere is huge.
We'll
How's
see.
the battery life?
Granted, I haven't played it for super extended periods, but I haven't hit the battery cap, and I have a portable USB charger. For a game like Zelda, like a big, intensive game, they've said 3 hours. Other games could be longer.
I haven't seen it on campus yet. That's why I'm judging it as I am. I haven't seen anybody in the commons using it. I haven't seen anybody in the open square using it. I haven't seen anybody in the study areas using it.
Yeah, because they get robbed.
No, you're no, not on campus.
You said crime was bad on
Oh,
campus.
crime is bad for cars. Car theft is a big thing, but nobody really gets mugged on campus.
I'm sure they would.
You'd be-
If people want stuff bad enough, they'll just be like, you
Bruh,
know what, now's the
bruh,
time.
People were walking around. People on my campus walked around in the fucking what's his name, the clothing line, fucking Kanye clothing line. Nobody was.
Yeah,
robbed.
but who's literally gonna steal a shirt off your back?
$500 shirt, bruh.
Who's gonna steal a shirt off your back? And then walking down the street with the shirt, you're like, is that my shirt? What?
You'd be surprised, but no, like I haven't seen it, and that's why I'm saying people think it's cool, but they're not really using it for that ability. I know people who have it, and they don't really ever use that feature. It's always docked, always. That's what I'm saying.
I've seen a lot of videos of people preferring to use it in the mobile mode, though.
Yeah, that's like the opposite of what I've dealt with for like first-hand experience with people.
You know,
So-
it's kind of weird. I did enjoy Bayonetta on the Wii U pad kind of a lot more than I did on the TV. I don't know why, but I was just like, this is the same.
Proximity, you can focus on it more.
Probably. But I figured that, a bigger screen, you know, I could see the enemies better when they're about to hit me,
Not
which time,
always.
whatever. But I was just like, yeah, it's kind of doing it for me.
That's good for cinematic experience, but when you're grinding like you are, you kind of want to pay attention to detail especially when you're going for challenges like you were. It's the same for shooters. You can have like a 27 to 33 inch monitor for shooters, but you don't want to. You want to be able to see everything in a certain area well enough. So people tend to stay in the 23 inch range. It's all about what you're doing for size. And that's why I think this, when it comes to Zelda, when it comes to Nintendo games, they're more of a cinematic experience, their gameplay style. So that's why people, at least again, from what I've dealt with personally, they prefer to play it on their, 1080p, 60-inch flat screen LCD super TVs, rather than using on a fucking 720p handheld that gives you like a third of the refresh rate. They want to enjoy it on higher quality.
Actually, at least for Zelda, it's been reported that the performance on the handheld mode is better than on a TV.
Really?
The frame rate slowdowns that have been reported, just about all of them have been on the TV.
That'll be patched though. That's probably just a bug.
Yeah, I mean, it increased reduced significantly once we had the day one patch.
I'm sure, because the Switch is probably trying to use, processing, ports that aren't available to it yet, because it's available to it more when it's being streamed. So it'll probably be fixed. But for right now, when it comes to Nintendo games especially, if people, when they're not playing with friends or when they're not on the move, like you said, they're gonna want to sit down and play it more in front of a TV because it's more of a cinematic experience. That's why I don't really see this being a thing that Nintendo and Microsoft focus on.
To me, just the technology, the fact that you can.
You said that too about like how the remote was for the Wii and the Wii U. It's not.
Are you? Whoa! You saying Wiimote? That technology is prevalent in gaming all over now. The PlayStation Move, the Rift.
Have you met anybody with the Rift?
Yes.
I haven't.
I'm just saying that the technology
It's
is prevalent
there, but it's
in.
not prevalent. That's the wrong word to use.
I disagree.
Prevalent means
Motion gaming in general.
Not prevalent yet.
I believe all PlayStation controllers still have motion control since the C-Axis.
They are hardly used any game.
I'm just saying it's in the stuff now.
It's there, but not used because it's not good. It's not. It's cool.
The Rift stuff. Okay, the Rift stuff. Don't say it's not good until you try it.
I'm not saying the Rift. I'm talking about the motion controls. That's
motion controls.
But I didn't mention the Rift specifically specifically because I've never used the Rift. I've never used VR gaming yet.
I'm just
But
saying they
Motion controls in video games that aren't VR. I'll say it like that. It's almost non-existent.
That's because they found a niche for that technology.
Yeah,
I'm saying
as you said, if it was a quote-unquote prevalent technology, you'd see it more often than once every fucking blue moon for a game. It's not prevalent. It's a niche technology.
No, I'd say it's prevalent. To me, something that someone tried and it didn't work out is the Kinect. Camera technology not working.
They tried it with Sony too. It didn't work.
Yes, and you don't see it. However, that technology I'm saying is being used. They pioneered it with the Wiimote, improved upon it with the Wiimote
Plus.
Plus.
That's just business. That's not. That's
That's
just
a gimmick.
Basic,
it was a gimmick.
A gimmick.
It started as a gimmick.
It doesn't mean it's a technology that is put in to be prevalent or even well used. It's theirs to.
The Rift is not well used. Okay.
The Rift is not well used. I barely know anybody who has a fucking
It doesn't
VR
matter
technology.
because it's freaking starting at $800. There's a price barrier to it. But the technology's there. It's being used, and it will continue to be used for VR. Motion controls in general would not have happened without the proliferation of the Wii. It was a building block to better technology.
The only reason it's there, is because of Nintendo's success. They have to have it there now, just so they can say, "Oh, we have this too." Even though literally none of the games that sell in rampant amounts use that technology. Therefore, it is a wasted feature. It's just marketing. That's all that it is.
For who?
It's just marketing. It's just so Sony and Microsoft can say, "Oh, we have these motion control things too. So if you want to play these type of games,
no, the cameras
you can come to us to play it." But guess what? Almost nobody does. The market for that is small.
The cameras, yes. That motion control stuff, yes.
That's all I'm saying.
But actual gyroscopic motion stuff, that technology is prevalent. The fact that stuff is being actively developed
I still can't say prevalent.
The fact that stuff is being actively developed for it via the Rift, via the Oculus, via the Switch, via the Move / PlayStation
You're talking
VR.
about Nintendo. I'm talking
about I just mentioned
Nintendo.
4 companies.
You mentioned Rift. That is not
Rift, Oculus.
That is not in Rift and Oculus are not in enough households to warrant the word prevalent.
It's being actively developed for.
Doesn't matter. It's not in households. It's
we have
every 100 households.
We have a different definition for prevalent.
You're very forgiving.
No, I'm not being forgiving.
You're overestimating how popular it is. It is not that popular.
The fact that stuff is being developed for it, the fact that technology is being developed for it and used, to me says it's prevalent. Developers wouldn't be improving upon the technology.
It's just like any hot button item. They develop it just to say they have it.
I disagree with that.
No, that is business 101. That is shit they teach you in any business class. That's just how it's done.
In development, if it can't make you money, you're not going to build stuff for it.
That's wrong.
No.
You will make you money because if it's successful on something else and you lean towards, hey, we're doing this too, but in our own way, guess what? People are going to want to see what you're doing with it. And they're going to be more interested in your technology if it has a different spectrum of tech than the other material that's being sold that focuses on that singular gimmick, which is what Nintendo does with every one of their consoles. They focus on that one gimmick, and that's what makes them their money. So by dabbling, that's all that they're doing is dabbling in that technology. That makes them that puts them on, for marketability at least, on the same playing field. It lets them market their system or their technology and say, but we also have what you like for our technology here with this and this and this. It's a building block system of marketing. That's all. No, this isn't. That controller is going to stay a Nintendo-based item alone.
I disagree.
You disagree or you like, but it's kind of what's going to happen. At least until VR becomes a lot less expensive and a lot more prevalent in households, we're not going to see this kind of technology make a single dent in other companies.
Just the fact that Sony and they've made stuff for it, though.
Oh God!
I don't see how the fact that other
If you
companies
look
are
at video
making
game
the.
sales, if you look at the game,
I'm
sales,
not
that
talking
you-
sales.
but
I'm
that's
not.
How you have. That's how you judge.
That's not how I'm
important is
judging
the
prevalency.
technology.
That's not how I'm judging prevalency.
But that's the like, basic definition. Is how many people have it in their household.
I'm not talking about it in that way, though.
But that's how you have to talk about it, because sales is literally all that matters for this kind of stuff. If it's not in his households, it's not important. Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. If people like it and they buy it, then it's prevalent, then it's important, then it's good. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. Sales.
Disagree.
Oh boy. The romanticist in you is
I'm not being a romanticist.
You are though. You're currently in love with technology, so you're arguing against reality to make it seem more acceptable for you to enjoy it as much. But when it comes down to it, this technology isn't.
Because the way I see
Going
it,
to
at least
spread
in
it
my
like you expect it to.
in my profession, stuff isn't judged by what's in a household. It's
If
how
it's
many
not-
it's how many people are using and developing for it. Do you
Use it.
think a lot of
How
people?
many
Do you think a lot
are
of people?
use it? That means how many people have it in their hands. That's another word for household.
I'm talking.
How
I'm
many
I'm
units
talking
are being
development. Development. How many companies are making games for it? How many people have dev kits? How many people are doing stuff with the technology?
When it comes to actual marketing and sales, that's not that important. I mean, anybody can be developing for something, but then drop the project 6 months into it.
And I'm not talking sales. You're stuck on the sales thing.
That's literally all that's important is how much money it can make.
No.
Yes.
And that's where our opinions differ. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah, literally the only thing that's important with technology is how much money can it make, and if it doesn't make enough, it's dropped and it dies.
Okay. We shall drop this here because
VR is about to hit that window of time frame where if it doesn't start making actual money soon, it's going to be a drop technology. It's going to be end up as a permanent niche technology.
So I saw Logan in the chat here.
World runs on money.
Me and
can't deny
Versus are
that.
just chilling.
Also, I heavily disagree with your opinion, DA.
With the second best days.
Yes,
thing.
I think this is the best X-Men movie by far.
You can think that. And in some way you're right. And in some ways you're wrong. Yeah, it's fine. Nobody's gonna fight you.
Sorry, I'm in a fighty mood for some reason.
I'm just like, yeah, that's cool, dude. No. You will have an opinion against mine.
BG's gone. Someone has to do it.
Yeah, that would have went on for a lot longer with BG here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I went and saw it on Sunday, and there was a lot to love in this movie.
Yes, there.
I heard
Give me
they're
a
likening
Laura
it to
movie.
Old Man Logan was incorrect though.
The premise, yeah, it's a road trip sort of thing. It's not as desolate and hopeless as
No
Man
Red
Logan
Skull
was.
as president. I'm disappointed and sad.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't get
That-
Magneto and all that stuff.
They couldn't have a
Not
gang of
Magneto.
Hulks either.
Yeah.
You mean like the Hulk children?
Yes.
Oh
But
God.
give me a Laura movie because she was everything and everywhere.
That actress needs a supporting
Oh,
Oscar
the
role.
X-23 actress.
Something.
This movie should get some Oscar nominations.
It
Not
probably
just
will.
best supporting actor, Heath Ledger, Dark Knight stuff. I'm talking other like things.
Big
movie of
stuff.
the year.
Best picture. Throw it out there.
It's a little early, so. Who
Well, yeah,
knows?
it's going to be a while, but I'm just saying, this movie is that kind of caliber to me.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
Really quickly, somebody, it was on Twitter, they showed the gif of Origins Wolverine when he's looking at his claws. Wow, that was bad.
Yep.
That was I forgot how bad that was.
Where he's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Looking at him and I was, oh!
God, I'm just trying like when the Foot Claws first come out because they didn't show them in any of the trailers, which
Yeah,
made
we've got to dance around a lot because Versus hasn't seen it either.
Oh, okay. They didn't show it in the trailers. Once they came out, that excited me a lot.
Yeah, I was like, are they really gonna do something that silly? Because I'm sure a lot of people in the audience were like, why does she have feet claws?
It's explained,
Yep.
which was awesome. Yeah, Xavier, great.
Yeah, I heard that people are arguing that this is the best Xavier performance that's been in any X-Men movie.
One thing, I felt that a lot of his swearing was a little forced.
On whose end?
Xavier, Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the Patrick Stewart's thing, so he's probably not used to doing that kind of stuff. So, might have been a little forced.
You mean future U.S. citizen Patrick Stewart?
Don't go, Man, I want to be an American. What's wrong with that? He's right to want to be an American.
He wants to run for office.
Not at the moment.
I'd vote for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
No matter
yeah.
what his... Professor X! President X!
He can't do that, unfortunately, but I believe
Sure
he
he
can.
can.
He can be a governor and maybe somewhere in Congress. I don't know the rules exactly.
No, you can any office of president.
Okay. But
In order to lead the country, you have to be of the country.
yeah, just the entire movie front to back, like there's very few problems with it for me. And I don't want to say anything since Versus apparently hasn't seen it.
I mean, it did kind of like just come out a lot.
Less of
I
a
haven't seen it
villain
yet.
problem, but it's still prevalent.
What do you mean?
Weak villain.
That's pretty much
Weaker.
every superhero movie suffers from that.
Yeah, that's
Like,
why I said
everyone.
But he was pretty good, but it's still of a lesser.
Who is the bad guy? I don't know. Like,
I almost said the Revengeancers.
Okay.
That's a different universe. It's fine.
It's the who?
I am looking that up right now.
Okay.
I know it's to re somethings.
The dude, every time I saw him on screen, like I'm like, you look like an older Malfoy.
That's what I was thinking. The Reavers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Laura, amazing. Patrick Stewart, amazing. Hugh Jackman, amazing.
Hugh Jackman, also amazing.
Oh, I get it. If you want to get that joke, watch the movie. You'll see.
The Deadpool thing.
Oh, that's online right now. But still,
Wait, what?
You can find it online. There's like a 5-minute Deadpool short before the movie.
Oh,
They had
yeah. I've
no
seen that.
post-credit scene, so they had a pre-credit scene.
It's just,
Yeah, I saw that.
just fucking Deadpool ass in the phone booth.
Is there no one in this godforsaken world who will help me?
Just played the Superman theme the entire time. It was so good. There's a video. So I think Hugh Jackman posted it to either his Twitter or Facebook of him doing Foley, and then
Yeah.
filming him doing it, and just like how he gets into it.
ADR.
Yeah, ADR. There we go. And just the screams. My favorite, I will say, my favorite like Wolvie Berserker scream from any movie, and I just remember it distinctly, is in X-Men 2 when he kills the dude in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Where he just pins him to the wall and just like, ah, just screaming in his face as this guy's life leaves his eyes.
Oh, speaking of which, woo boy, they did not shy away from anything.
Oh yeah, they stretched that R rating
Hard on.
That I've seen literally said by everyone.
And they
It's like, oh, is this? I couldn't tell this was an R-rated movie.
The first scene, he's just slicing people in the eyes and cutting off arms and stuff.
Yeah, and just, I will say, like, they have to do this with every movie with Wolverine. At least, like, they have to explain away his healing factor just to make it an interesting movie in some way, shape, or form. This one made the most sense out of any of the movies to me.
Huh.
And poetic, actually, in a way. But yeah, go see this movie. Go,
We will
go,
hopefully-
go, go.
We will
I'm gonna try
hopefully
and
be
see
able to
it
talk
next
about
week, but I'm not going to be here for podcast next week because I'm going to be in Wisconsin. So the week after next, I'll have seen it.
All right, we'll try and contain ourselves next week from not talking about it.
You can focus next week talking with BG about My Hero.
That's
if
true.
he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big if. at
True,
the
true.
moment, huh?
If
All
not,
right.
we'll just do the 2-man power trip.
Which I guess we'll talk about Fastlane next week then.
Really quickly.
Yep.
I hate Goldberg, and I don't see why anybody is excited to see him.
Now, I have to counter that as a former big Goldberg fan from the WCW days. Did you always hate his character or just his
No.
return?
His return.
I haven't been watching at all, so I'm curious. Why is it bad now?
Because he's made out to be a god king amongst mortal.
But that's always how
peons.
he's been. That's always been him. So
Gold-
what's different now?
Brock Lesnar has been tearing through people.
Okay.
With wanted destruction. He's
Okay.
been hit with chairs and just stares people down. All
Okay.
sorts of things. And Goldberg two-shots him. It's
To counter-
fine doing something like that to Perry Saturn or
It's-
even Triple H back then. But when you've built up Brock Lesnar destroying John Cena, who you built up for 10 years, when you build up Brock Lesnar like that for 3 years, has this untouchable man beast, and then he just gets beaten by this old man who has not wrestled in 10 years.
But that's the thing. That's always been his character, though. He's always been like the unstoppable, stoppable killer.
Sure, should George the Animal Steel come out and start beating people?
But
That's
the
his
thing.
character.
But that's the thing right now is that why if you hate it now just because he's older now and still doing that character. Is that what this is?
No.
I'm just curious as to why. I don't really have an opinion because I haven't really watched it for real. I'm just curious on if it's like the fact that his age now and that he's still doing this character, or have you always hated that character of him?
No. Here's the thing. It's all about escalation because
Okay.
in 22 matches, nobody could beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar beats him. That's fine. And then Brock Lesnar is undefeated 100% of the time since then. He did the impossible. He broke a 22-year streak. Okay, I don't like that, but whatever. And then Goldberg, out of nowhere, with zero build-up, comes in and just beats Brock Lesnar. So
He decimated him.
he decimated him. So it's just like, why should we be invested in anybody when you've got these paupers, and then you got the king above the paupers who's just so much more powerful, and then you got the king of kings of gods of kings. Why should you care about anybody when this dude can just be when the person who's been running roughshod over John Cena, who is tied Ric Flair's record for the most titles ever? Why? And he just decimated Cena, an uncomfortable beating. He did what nobody else did to Cena, to what nobody else did to Undertaker. He is the biggest, the strongest. He's proven it. That's perfect. He's proven that he's the biggest and strongest. Why is Goldberg the biggest and strongest? Because Goldberg is the biggest and strongest.
Essentially, that's always been his character. That's how. Let's not forget, he really came into popularity during like the NWO reign in WCW, when they were just taking every title and they were throwing people around. They basically, quote unquote, were controlling the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just decided, nope, and he night after night shredded them, destroyed them. It was a murder show, but people ate that storyline up.
But nobody there had a pedigree like Brock Lesnar.
You had Sid Vicious, you had Big Papa Pump, you had
all
the
of
Steiner
these
brothers,
people,
you
all
had
of
Hulk
these
Hogan.
people, all of these people were beatable, and they were proven that they are beatable. Brock Lesnar was unbeatable.
Sid Vicious was the Lesnar of WCW, though. That guy, he was hardly ever beaten, and when he was, it was through some like Deus Ex Machina nonsense. Right?
I don't know. I didn't watch.
You didn't watch WCW that much when you were younger, I'm guessing?
No.
You were a WF guy? Okay. But that was Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious was like
I
monster
highly
above the
doubt-
clouds in WCW.
I highly doubt that when Sid Vicious came into an arena, the atmosphere changed. Everybody looks away.
You're talking about back in the day when the atmosphere that was different. Nowadays, Brock Lesnar is the only focus because he's the biggest and baddest. That's not how things were marketed back in the day. It was all about like the...
Sure. What it was there was a big strong guy and there was also a big strong guy, and those two big strong guys would fight each other. This is the biggest and strongest guy with these little tiny people.
Exactly. What they're playing on, though, is the fact that Goldberg was the monster above the clouds, even in WCW. That's the thing. He's always been that force that was on. You couldn't beat him. There was nobody too big, nobody who weighed too much. He could lift anybody. He could lift. God, I forgot the guy's name. His first big match that soared him to popularity, he lifted somebody that was, never been lifted above the shoulder line. I forgot the guy's name, though. It's terrible of me. And he jackhammered him, and the crowd was ballistic. I still remember it. I still go back and watch it every once in a while because that was when I was huge into wrestling. I watched WWF, I watched WCW, I watched them both because the Monday Night Wars were huge. And when that happened, I was like, holy shit. And then there's Stone Cold on the other side, but Goldberg was this unstoppable just force. And while you had Stone Cold, who was like the charismatic, baby face, you've got Goldberg, who's just this overwhelming beastly machine who is literally chewing and spitting out everything. Like there was that whole event when NWO would literally set like those cliche cartoon traps for him, like try to drop things through the ceiling, set bear traps and shit. And then in the span of a night, Goldberg turned them all on the NWO guys. Fucking, I'm pretty sure what's his name, X-Pac fell out of a fucking ceiling in like a bear trap or something. Scared the shit out of Hulk Hogan. That's still, I remember those scenes. They were amazing. And the thing is, they're playing on that in the current day with WWE, and that's why he's above Lesnar. That's why they're playing up his old character in the same way it used to be. It's just in the current, I'm going to call it the meta. That's not what you're used to. So I'm trying to get at here, long story short now, is that this is essentially them using old school writing in a new age meta.
Okay, I've
and
looked
that's
up
what you're not liking.
I looked up the people who have beaten Goldberg in WCW through fair means. And I'm going to tell you these people, and I'm going to ask you, are they on the level of Brock Lesnar? Kevin Nash. No. he's not on the level of Brock Lesnar.
No. Okay.
Bret Hart, one of the
But
greatest
I
of
don't.
all time.
Hold on. Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, comedian Kevin Hart, 5'6", 102 pounds.
Wow. I
Here
just
comes
fused
Kevin
two
Hart.
names. I just
You
fused.
killed
two
him with
names.
laughter.
I'm terrible. I'm pretty sure he was in NWO though, so I'm pretty sure that might not have been fair means.
Bret Hart, greatest of all time, not
that's
on
the-
Brock Lesnar level.
That's Bret Hart though.
Booker
Again,
T.
that's a Titan.
Booker T.
Wasn't he also in NWO?
Nowhere near his level.
Again, you're not wrong.
Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
He put him in the Steiner recliner,
Yep.
and Goldberg passed out.
Yep.
Come on. None of these people are on Brock Lesnar's level.
I'm not
and they
saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that that was during a time where the upset was, the big thing. And you couldn't have Goldberg be an immortal, but basically, even though he lost his reputation of being an immortal, it stayed. As you saw.
Okay, you just said they
Even
can't
today,
have
they
him
can-
be an immortal, but they're having him be an immortal right now.
Exactly. I know. I said they didn't want him to be at that, but his notoriety has him on there. While his roster, his records, they don't show that. They show him losing people who he shouldn't have if he was truly this god killer. But things, quote unquote, happen, and what they're playing up is the people's view of Goldberg. That's all this is. Is his notoriety is being played up.
See, I
I'm
don't
not
think
saying
so.
I'm not saying it justifies it. I'm not saying it justifies it. In essence, I pretty much agree with you that it's ridiculous, but with the way WWE has been,
If they were doing that, if they were playing up the notoriety and the nostalgia factor, The Rock wouldn't have had the problems that he had with Cena, because they went about 30 minutes of back and forth. John Cena and Lesnar went about 11, and it was one-sided.
yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with you, but then
And
if you look
in
at
the WWE's world, in the WWE's universe, The Rock is a lot bigger than Goldberg.
The Rock is and always
And
will
The
be.
Rock is a lot
not
more
wrong.
important than Goldberg because he's a movie star and he can bring in more eyes. But they went, no, this man is a man and he will face this man who he has a disagreement with. Brock Lesnar came in there, not Brock Lesnar, Goldberg came up in there, big dick swinging, said,
Yeah.
I'm going to face Lesnar and I'm going to win. And he faced Lesnar and he won.
I think that it's a difference, or at that point, it comes down to a difference in what that character is, though. Like, you're not wrong. Brock is bigger, but he's bigger as a charismatic wrestler. He's not a god killer. He never was that character. He was just a very charismatic, fun character wrestler. Goldberg, like I said before, was always, his popularity is based on the fact that he is this machine god killer.
But Brock Lesnar was that too.
Exactly,
Look at his match with.
But the only reason I'm saying that Goldberg beats Lesnar like he does is just because that's how he was always played. That's
See,
how he always was.
I'm
So
going
that's
to
them-
say something right now. The
Go for
way that Goldberg was is the way that Brock Lesnar is currently.
Exactly. But they decided to, I guess, pump numbers up and create controversy to do it this way. I don't exactly agree with it because I would have liked to see there be more of a struggle between Goldberg and Lesnar, an
No, you
actual
wouldn't.
competition of strength.
No,
I
you
would.
wouldn't.
I genuinely
Goldberg-
would have liked.
Goldberg
to have
did
seen a
2
competition
moves
of
to
strength.
Kevin Owens. He celebrated for a minute and he was winded.
I know that. I'm
And
saying
I
in
know
a
that
perfect
Kevin
world.
Owens is a great big fat person, but that doesn't mean anything.
No, he's in shape though. He's not exactly small, but he is in shape.
Yeah, I think he
I
actually
would've
weighs
liked
a
to
little
see a
bit
go-
less than.
I would have liked to see Goldberg be, in shape and going, having a struggle of power with Lesnar. That would have been entertaining.
There's a
If
difference
he had
between.
been training actually for like maybe 6 months before he came back in and be able to put on that level of show. that would have been ideal for somebody like me. I don't like or agree with how they're running it, but I can see how it's come about.
I don't, because there's no reason for me to believe that Goldberg is this person when he was in WWE back then, and he was not this person. He was not a two-hitter quitter, because he hit Lesnar, 2 moves, done. He hit the champion, the biggest guy in the company, 2 moves, done.
Oh yeah. No, but after what happened with Jesus, what is it? It was Mania where those two faced off, right? The first time.
Yeah.
After that event, they kind of had to decide on something. They had like, okay, if Goldberg's coming back and his feud is with Lesnar, last time we tried to do this, it didn't really work that well, and everybody kind of remembers it as one of the worst moments in history. So how do we do this? And how do we make people interested in it? Oh, let's make everyone talk about it when Goldberg literally decimates him.
They would have talked about it more if it was an actual match, because the reason that match was such a stinker was because they both knew that each other was leaving. The entire audience knew that they were leaving.
So
nobody flounder. And they were like, "We're not gonna hurt each other. Why would we do that?
Fuck it. Let's just flop around." Yeah, you're not wrong, but at this point, what they went with was just the shock value of, okay, Lesnar has gotten picked apart. Talk about it. Sure, a fun, actual, entertaining match would have been great and better in the long run, but I don't think that the WWE has been good with long run setups at the moment.
That doesn't justify it.
It doesn't. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Don't sit me down in a theater and show me a man getting chopped in half and go talk about it. No.
I mean, yeah, but let's look at it. Like they're all about sacrificing things for just a short, quick ratings boost. That's how they've been the past few years, man.
Again, he stepped over people who he stepped over Lesnar, who stepped over the bones of two of the biggest people in the industry, and I'm expected to just go yay because
essentially
because Goldberg.
And there are people out there who are, and because they know you're gonna people like you are gonna keep watching, but now they brought in people who have stopped watching. Just for a quick ratings boost. That's all this whole thing is.
Ratings have gone up a negligible amount.
But hey, negligible amount is still going up. They're trying. I'm not saying it's going to work or it's working well, but they're trying something because their business, it's floundering, and it's because of them. And their shitty roster and setup.
I don't want to turn on a basketball game and see people trying. I want to turn on a basketball game and see a great athletic competition. And I was not given that.
No, you're not.
I was given trying. I was given, talk about this. I was given this man was. Not this man
you wanted to turn on the Super Bowl and watch the Cowboys, but instead you got the fucking Browns. That's just...
Yay.
That's what you got.
All right, with that.
Well, that was supposed to be quick.
Yeah. All right, thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We will see you next week. We will. Ralph won't, apparently.
I won't.
Bye, everybody. I'm going to Florida.
Later.
Georgia.